How would you feel about a feature where if someone upvotes a crosspost, the original post is upvoted automatically? What about subs that crosspost from other subs to mock them? It would be weird to see a post in a smaller subreddit with thousands of points just because it got cross-posted somewhere more popular. The thing is that a good post on one sub might be a bad post on another. If something is relevant in one sub but irrelevant in another, the downvotes from the sub where it's not relevant would take up votes from the post that's highly relevant. Will totally lead to abuse. Would prevent karma theft. Are imaginary points really that important to you? A. Sometimes you crosspost because op was a dick, so no. Different subs exist for different content. Should upvotes on our watch people deboost a troll post to our awe? Too many ways to abuse that system. You would have people cross-posting their shit posts all over the place. Karma farmers will just download and re-upload the image before posting instead of using the cross-post function. Regardless, I think it'd be a nice feature. I don't know how would you feel about world peace? I would rather have development go into a feature where a user doesn't see cross-posted content more than one time in their feed. No. Just because a post is good-bad on one subreddit doesn't mean it's good-bad on another subreddit. How would you feel if people didn't use AskReddit for stupid shit like this? How about when a repost if upvoted the karma goes to the original? Reddit is entirely comprised of either self-posts, or links to other posts on other sites. Another post in another subreddit is no different, just sharing content from elsewhere outside the target sub. Seems like another easy way to farm karma. It would ruin subreddits like our lost redditors. EPSTEINDIDN_TKILLHIMSELF. God, you all care too much about internet points. On one hand that would be helpful most of the time, and on the other there are many instances where post is appropriate for the subreddit to which it was cross-posted but not the original. For instance, I regularly see cross-posts from our Udent matter give up to our .dead open inside for which I would like to upvote the crosspost but downvote and report the original post. Conversely, there are cross-posts that I would like to downvote for being off-topic but I would like to upvote the original. What I would like to see is upvote and downvote buttons within the cross-post window thing. How about who gives a fuck about karma? People could potentially game the system to artificially boost posts by cross-posting to a ton of subs. I see this as an absolute win. Why are you asking this like you have the power to do something about it? How about Reddit gets rid of this upvote downvote bullshit altogether and just let people discuss? No more karma crap. Why do people care about karma? Except that it's artificially created drama by the developers and people fall for it. Karma bots would have a fucking field day. Not a fan because a post is as much about the context of the sub as it is about the content. No. The relevance of subject matter will vary by subreddit. Relevance of a cross-post to our totally not robots has no bearing on how appropriate the original post was to our aliens among us, and vice versa. I'd feel indifferent. My penis won't grow bigger from getting a bajillion internet points. Who cares? How about only the op gets the upvotes on their account, but the repost still trends according to current upvotes? Great. Just because someone posted a submission that is off-topic in a specific subreddit, that is then cross-posted to a more appropriate subreddit and becomes successful, does not mean that the original poster gets credit for posting something that doesn't fit in the original subreddit. That would be amazing. I think if implemented correctly, it really could work. But it needs to be more than just if repost is upvoted, the original post also gets an upvote, in order to prevent abuse. But it totally could work, and it would also give credit to the original post especially if it's not the same poster, and the new post has way more upvotes than the original. But it needs to be implemented correctly. I would also feel pretty good about a feature that upvoted the original post when someone steals karma from a good one by reposting it as their own. Yes, sounds fair to me. This would be an epic addition to Reddit. I have had people cross-post things by me and get 3x the amount of upvotes, and have me accused of reposts. Wrote this Christmas rap for my talent show in the voice of Playboy Cardi, kinda nervous to share it, haha lol. H looking thick D in my stocking, that's a blick blam, flexing on Dasher, hit him with a stick blam, Grand Theft Auto. Stole Santa's whip, sleigh, bend it over on my jingle balls, bitch won't make that, ho ho ho, lick the tip, yaw on the naughty list. I'm really with the shit, yaw, see Prancer under the mistletoe, bitch reach back like a pimp, slap the ho, jolly the Grinch trying to fuck. That's a no yuck, Miss Piggy, you can get it though, woo, Santa in the kitchen eating an Oreo snack, another Christmas in the 310, yeah. Hi Udalair Mayhem. I'm surprised it isn't a thing yet. Interesting, lol. Nearly 180 days since this post has been created. 2 days until this post gets archived. Upvotes and downvotes are meaningless, so why complicate uselessness? How about a feature where you can cash your karma for real-world currency? I like the idea, but some posts don't fit particular subs, So a post not appropriate for a sub could get upvoted because it was cross-posted into a more fitting sub. Is Joe Biden plagiarizing again? Sort by top. In a lot of small subreddits would be skewed heavily by cross-posts to major subreddits. I could see this being abused. Like it, but would depend on the context of the subreddit. It sounds okay, but I might not want to upvote the post in the original sub. Tell me how anyone could ever successfully implement that. And I'm on board. Would be better if it upvotes the original and downvoted the copy post. I like this idea, but maybe allow mods to turn it off on their sub. No, because the individual communities should decide what gets upvoted in their sub. However, links to the same source content reposted within a certain time frame should have this happen, where the original post gets the karma. Sometimes posts are upvoted because they fit the theme of the subreddit very well. For example, if someone cross-posts something from our funny onto our breathing information, then there would be no correlation between the two posts getting upvotes. If you upvote the post on our breathing information, you're not saying it's particularly funny, and vice versa. When upvoting, context matters. Love it. There are some problems. Maybe just make the upvote downvote buttons there for the original and's post. Hell no. Original might be our lost redditor's case, while the second one is posted in the correct subreddit. Also, it is good the way it is. I don't think there is need for a change. Casually cross-posts to a subreddit. No, the original might not be the best place for the post, but if it hits RL, then it's the best post of that sub, even if it's not relevant to the original sub. If you want to be a karma whore, do like every other karma whore. It makes me realize I prefer my entertainment platforms to be autocracies, not democracies. I don't care about points or karma or who made what, or who has seen it before me, or even if I've seen it before. Just give me cat pics and little kids falling off bikes. Only if it's opt-out, on a subreddit by subreddit basis. The subreddit I moderate had a daily comic post do well by our standards 30 upvotes. One of our subscribers posted that day's strip over to a larger subreddit. It did moderately well by their standards 2,000 upvotes. With the near-automatic cross-post system we have in place today, this linked upvote thing would make a reference pun dwarf all our posts by a factor of 50. It would have stayed the hottest post in the subreddit for several days, preventing the daily comic discussion posts from showing up in people's feeds. I'm all for giving the original post or karma makes people happy, free internet points, why not? But even when it's relevant to both subreddits involved, upvotes are very different for different communities, and this feature would screw over smaller communities. Please think of the small subs. Massive potential for abuse. Just cross-post as much as possible to maximize karma. You'd basically be parallelizing karma farming, which on the one hand appeals to me as someone who like process optimization, but on the other hand would probably lead to an excess of duplicated posts. You work for me because someone cross-posted my OC and got a platinum and silver while my post got 30k less upvotes and no awards. Wouldn't matter because karma is fake. I thought that is how it works. I would feel like Reddit is doing something great for the original creators. Test it. If it helps with rampant reposts, awesome. If reposts become literally every post, then burn it with fire. I usually just clicked the original post and upvote that one. We should have a feature where if you reply to a comment, that comment that you reply to is automatically upvoted. It'd be good. You could use that to get double karma. If I like it, I will go to the original post and upvote it there too manually. Whoa. Or even credit original poster for reposts? Make it so that it does this unless the cross-post title is marked with S for sarcasm satire. I'd have to have a subreddit that tracked it all to stop the trolling. Otherwise the pedos et al. Are going to have a field day. I love the idea, but just too many shikos out there. Yes, I like it. I don't think this is a good idea. One vote per person is the foundation of democracy. Also, it would encourage mass cross-posting. I am not in favor of this idea. Yes please. That's some fucking communist shit. This feature would be abused to inflate post karma across different subs, for example post Trump negative in R the Donald, then X post to R impeach Trump. Then watch the chaos erupt. What if the original post doesn't apply to its sub? Would prevent karma thieves, which is mostly worthless anyway but will be sweet candies for karma farm bots. They can cross-post everywhere they please and before you know it, the entire front page is one video from our funny and 20 different subs. I feel like this should have been a thing since the beginning. Edit read other points about abuse, and that in one sub it would be humorous and in another serious etc. and agree maybe it actually isn't a good idea. I just cross-post my post to infinite subs. Except sometimes cross-posts are done to talk shit about said cross-post, so there'd have to be the option to prevent that or undo it. Negative. If the original title is shit, I don't want it getting my upvote. Well, for one, original posts are usually stolen content from other sites like Twitter, so they don't necessarily deserve the karma. Second, content means something different in different subreddits. Votes are partly meant to be an indicator if the content belongs in a particular subreddit. So no, for those two reasons it is a bad idea.